Hey guys, it's Ashley again, back at it with the videos that no one asked for. This time I'm going to be going over some inking tips and some tips to keep in mind while you are inking either comics or illustrations. Um, I get a lot of comments in real life throughout my life about how smooth my line art is, and if I have to pick a specific thing that I'm really good at, it is line and line quality. But that didn't happen overnight, and there are things that I'm constantly thinking about while I'm inking that I'm gonna pass some knowledge on to you to help you with your inks. Inking tip one. You want to use the right tools. So, for me, for the longest time, when I was doing digital art growing up, I was doing Paint Tool Sai. We all know how smooth Paint Tool Sai is. When I got into college, I started using Photoshop, and I always found the inking brushes and just the stabilization overall to be really lacking compared to something, say, Clip Studio or Paint Tool Sai. Um, but I kind of just grin and bear it. If you do use Photoshop, uh, at least in the older days with Photoshop CC, most people used a plugin called Lazy Nezumi. I'll drop that down in the comment box or the description box. But I think that people don't really need to use it anymore. It is something extra helpful. It has a lot of features that like Photoshop doesn't have or just refuses to add on for their illustrators. Later, the inking has gotten better. Around the 2018 CC Photoshop, it really got better. But Photoshop on the go is just like not, it's not it. They don't want to really put their program working on, say, an iPad. I've mentioned it here before, but what I use is Procreate and I use Clip Studio, and I personally noticed that the stabilization and the inking is comparable, if not better, to Paint Tool Sai. In my opinion, please do not flame me for that. I understand they're both really good, but these days I've been using Clip Studio, especially since I use an iPad. It is subscription based, which kind of sucks, but if you're really just like if you really illustrate just on the go, mostly with your iPad, Clip Studio in combination with Procreate is a pretty good combo. When it comes to brushes and the actual what I use, I'm really boring. I just tend to use the base brushes located in the program for inking. I use either the G Pen or the real G Pen. I like pens with a little bit of grit to them. I think it helps disguise your mistakes a little bit better. What I use for fly by night is the real G Pen, the one with the grit. And then I use the other pens occasionally for different things, for different projects, for different commissions and stuff like that. But for comics and just for my own personal work, I really like the real G Pen. But yeah, just I just use the base pen, and it's really up to you what kind of tools you want to use, but you want to use the right tools for you. So whatever feels the best, whatever's going to get you the best results from your work and bring out the best in your work is what you're going to want to use. And that requires some trial and error. Um, it's always going to be a lot of trial and error to figure out like what brush you want to use. Do you like using the pencil over the inking tool? Do you like using small lines? Do you like using long lines? You want to make sure you use the right tools for your work. Um, I think with a lot of inking tip videos and a lot of like general helpful tips in general kind of art videos, they tell you how they make their work good for them. And that's not a bad thing, but you are your own individual, and what works for you might not work for the person you're learning from, um, or vice versa. I think I said that sentence wrong, but you get the idea. It's going to take a lot of trial and error to figure out what you want out of your work and what sort of style you want out of your work. Um, so always keep that in mind. Uh, but again, these are just general tips that I'm giving. And the first one is use the right tools and find the tools good for you. Tip number two, I think you should warm up. If you are working on an illustration from start to finish, from a sketch to inks to color all in one go, you kind of already warm up when you do the sketch. But, let's say you're working on comics, or you're working on commission work, or you're working on an illustration that's going to take you a long time, take you, a couple days to a couple weeks, and you don't have that luxury of sketching before the inking stage. What you should do is warm up. You should either do a little thumb sketch, you should draw circles or lines, and really just kind of like get your brain and your hand working together at the same pace. What I tend to do is I tend to draw circles and lines over just in an empty layer above all my work, and make sure I don't accidentally put it over anything important. But I do just tend to just do a little circle or a few lines. I find I don't really have the mental capacity to think about like sketching something else and then going into inking. So it's better for me personally, and I think better for other people. There's no pressure to draw something else that looks really cute or really good. Just draw circles or lines or dashes, anything that gets your brain working with your hand, and so that way your lines come out the way you want them to. Tip 3, you should isolate what you're working on. So, for example, I don't tend to ink all on the same layer anymore. When I'm finished, I want to be able to have everything on the same layer all at once. It just makes the file structure and makes the layer structure way better, especially when I'm flatting my comics. And I've sort of carried that over to my regular illustration work as well. It's just neater if everything ends up on the same layer at the end, but while you're working, you don't need to be doing everything on the same layer. If you like doing everything on the same layer, good for you. Absolutely, like, live your best life. I hate it. So, for example, I always tend to start with the face. I tend to line the chin and any extra body parts on a layer, and then I'll do the hair on a separate layer, and then when I'm happy with what they look like, I'll merge them together, and then go from there, and then add on like clothes, add on extra details while working separately from my base layer. And again, it's all working toward putting it all down on one layer when I'm happy with everything. I find that this is the best way to get like those super clean edges that people say I have, but it's not me. It's because I'm cheating. But yeah, isolate what you want to work on. I find this also helps with hands as well. Tip 4, invent your line weight. I've never been really good at kind of making line weight as I go. I always take a step back, and I always notice that like my illustrations always look a little bit more closer to like cartoons with a really even line weight, and this is something I'm trying to work on, especially in comics. But invent line weight. So what do I mean by that? I mean by going back in and sort of bolstering up your lines where there's sort of separations in space. So for example, if someone's hand is on their hip, you should probably put a line in between the hip and the hand, just to kind of give that little bit of depth, and also put a thicker line toward your shadows. I think this helps sort of bolster up the line quality and the sense of space, and then make your lines thicker toward light or toward the inner parts of characters. Again, totally up to you, up to your discretion. If you like the smooth, like everything even look to your work, awesome, great. It is something that I'm still trying to work on and figure out how to make my work better, and how to make sure everything looks even and everything looks nice. Tip number 5, you should learn to let go. And what do I mean by learn to let go? Sometimes your work isn't gonna be the best. Sometimes there are things outside of your control that will influence your work, and sometimes you just don't have the skill to make your work really good or up to your satisfaction. You'll look at things and be like, why isn't my work like this person? Or why isn't my work like this person? And I think one of the important things about inking and drawing in general is you need to learn to let go. You need to either learn how to let lines lie. So, after you've gone over a line 20 times, when do you say enough is enough? Uh, or if you're looking at something and you're inking it and you say, this isn't right, this isn't what is in my head, maybe it's time to just trash the layer and take a break and start over. I think a big thing about work and your art in general is just you need to learn how to let go, and you need to learn how to let things lie. I was once in college, and a friend of mine asked me, Ashley, how do you get these really smooth lines? How is your work so smooth, and how are your lines so smooth? And I really didn't have much of an answer, and I still don't really have much of an answer, even though this is an inking tips video. But I think the biggest reason that I've been able to make my pages so fast, that I've been able to make commissions so fast, and one of the reasons that like my inks look really good is that I've learned to let go. Sometimes lines will just come out the way they come out, and you can't do anything about it. You can try and try, and you can mess with it and make it better, sure, but sometimes you just gotta let work lie. And I think that's a really good lesson to teach. I'm not a teacher, but sometimes you gotta let things lie. Know when to let things lie and know when to let go. But yeah, those are my 5 tips to better inks. Inking is a skill, just like everything else. You'll have to work on it. You'll have to keep things in mind as you draw. You'll have to learn how to do things better, and I'm always still learning. But if this video helped you in any way, then that's great. And I'm glad that I made this video, because I want people who see my work, who notice how smooth my lines are, learn from me and make their own work awesome. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye.